Good evening and welcome to the Sheffield Bears YouTube channel. It's the start of varsity season here in South Yorkshire. And it's time for our second of the ice hockey games of this festive period of sport in March. Staple of the university sporting calendar, forget books. It is Sheffield Varsity, it is Sheffield Hallam University versus the University of Sheffield. Varsity 2's is tonight's action on the ice here at ICE Sheffield. Still and Pick taking you through all of the play-by-play action between these two mammoths feeding out of the Sheffield Bears in the British University ice hockey system. Two stacked teams and what is set to be a rather competitive match. Last season, well, past 3 years rather, Hallam have won Varsity 2's, so ever been able to get the better of their black and gold counterparts who in Sheffield Arena, which, by the way, is this Wednesday night. They've been able to get the better of them in the big game, but after winning women's varsity just last week, there might be something in the water for Hallam to go on and take the series at least 2-0 with ones pending. But obviously the big one is the one on Wednesday night, which will be live on Forge TV here on YouTube. Well, that's the one to watch out for, but you can see the lights have darkened. See the Hallam players ready to come out. And whilst we have them there then, let's go through their team lists for today. Starting netminder is going to be Matt Key. He is backed up by Pat Sakura-Tanako. She a lovely 90 save percentage, 45 saves in the women's varsity in the 8-5 victory that the pink and white had over the University of Sheffield. For the skaters, number 4, Sam Walker, number 5, Kada Castley, number 6, Liam Hammond, number 8, Matthew Wong, number 11, Reef Woofenden, number 16, Connor Simpson, number 19, Paul Main, number 28, Jonah Zalossi, number 43, Matt Green, number 44, Bethany Jacobs, number 45, Payet Sakura Tanako, number 47, Callum O'Shea, number 72, Archie Spibby, number 74, Joel Fox, number 90, Megan Day, number 92, Danny Bell, number 95, Harry Sheridan, and number 96, Josh Walters. That's your Hallam lineup for tonight as they come out one by one in this lovely darkened ice Sheffield. You don't get this even at the Dogs games. They play their National League games here at one of the centrepiece ice rinks in the country. Home to many of the GB teams, home to England Ice Hockey, home to the GB Synchro, and tonight home to the Varsity second team's matchup. As they head out, when we'll give you some players to watch. Bethany Jacobs, 2 goals and an assist in that women's win just last week for Sheffield Hallam. Josh Walters, a Hallam alumni, it's probably his last varsity. He got 3 goals last year in what was the 7-4 victory. Matt Key has played 10 games in goal for the Bears C team. 92 save percentage, only averaging 2.3 goals a game he's conceded. He's going to be starting tonight, as we've mentioned. And he was in between the pipes for that Bears C team for one undefeated mind. The non-checking North 1, that's the 3rd division of British University ice hockey. And they're heading onto the ice then. Captain Paul Main got an assist in Varsity 2's last year. He'll be looking to lead the way with something a bit stronger. Coaches for Sheffield Hallam, Neil Orr takes the head coach position, and Reese Wickens on as the assistant coach. You see as Hallam's rivals, the University of Sheffield, stand in the gate We'll go through their lineup. Starting netminder is going to be number 33, Jaden Davies. He's backed up by Joseph Fields. Then for the skaters, number 3, Mackenzie Maitenka. Number 10, Jonathan Lupu. Number 12, Seth Wheeler. Number 13, Oscar Hilton. Number 17, Yeti Smith. Number 18, Josh Quincy. Number 24, Freddie Stevens. Number 26, Captain Zach Pinkney. And number 28, Dylan Steed. Number 38, Gemma Harling. Number 39, Freddie Butterfield. Number 51, Alex Smith. Number 53, Finn Wilby. Number 63, Carell Rosenna. Number 17, Nathaniel Bell. Number 86, Alexei Medwich. Number 88, Ed Nendick. And number 98, Hayden Oates. Ones to watch out for. Well, there's plenty. Yeti Smith, the assistant captain, between the years of 2016 and 2019, played for the Philippines women's national team. She got 3 assists in the women's varsity in their loss, but contributing to over half of their goals. She even got herself on the score sheet with an assist in 2's last year. Alex Smith, a goal last year as well with varsity 2's. But Seth Wheeler has played 10 games this season for Bears C. Former junior here at Sheffield Ice Hockey Academy, so knows the ice well. 24 goals and 17 assists in just 10 games. A ridiculous 4 points a game. Their captain has said, Zach Pinkney, plays for Bears D with 1 assist last year. Freddie Stevens, number 24, defender, plays for the Bears B team. One of a couple that play for the Bears B. Not many of them. Only 2 of them. Yeah, so Nathaniel Bell and Freddie Stevens, the only 2 players to play for Bears B, both of them playing for the uni of. Freddie Stevens, former Basingstoke junior, now here at University in Sheffield, has played 20 games in the British 3rd Division of NIHL 1 with the Milton Keynes Fund, and now in NIHL 2. But turns his attention to life here out for Bears. A moment away then from face-off. As for lights, so dim, the tension. You can cut it with a knife. It's filling up nicely here at Ice Sheffield. If you're in the area, well, why not get yourself down? It's a free event. But with the pre-game ceremonies coming up for you in just a moment. After the national anthem, then we'll have first puck drop. And what a game we've got in store for you today. Don't go anywhere. National anthems coming up. So then the pre-game ceremonies are done. We're moments away from the opening face-off here at the Sheffield Varsity 2's match. And the 2 universities were a massive grudge. They may play together for the Bears, but believe me, there'll be no love lost. As seen just 12 months ago in 1's. There was a scrappy affair here in 2's. Looking to win for the first time in 3 years in the second team game. The University of Sheffield. Hallam want to keep their streak going and make it 2-0 in the ice hockey at least. Hallam looking to try and win their first varsity in years. The overall competition normally is dominated by the black and gold. We are moments away then. Final team talks being said by the coaches. Experience on both benches. Lots of senior hockey played between Rhys Wickens, Neil Orr, Josh Humphreys, Will Zlossi and Sam Parkin, who's on the benches for both sides respectively. I think you'll hear a big roar from both teams as they break from their huddle. For those whose final varsity it may be, they're going to be playing their hearts out. Expect goals, expect a lot of them in what is the fast sport of ice hockey. There is the uni team, now the Hallam team. You see, well, we said expect noise, there is the uni team. They are pumped. A little bit more subdued from the Hallam goal. Perhaps a sign of who's more ready for this. Hallam ready to break now. Who wants it more? Oh, the teams will send out their top lines. Ready to get rolling here at Ice Sheffield. Starting netminders then, Jaden Davis and Matt Kears, we said respectively. Both teams are ready, the referee's ready. Hope you are all ready at home. Sticks down, puck shot down, we're off end for Varsity 2's. Uni off, win the opening draw. Bring it back into their zone, look to square it out. Down the far side wing and bring it onside. First shot towards the net of Matt Keys sails over. And Rosanna can't keep it in, and the captain, Paul Main's going to bring it down the opposite side for Hallam's first look. Nicely blocked there by Stevens as it falls behind their goal, and there's a bit of space now that the uni off can work their way into. Just over-committing their hitting, the deck was O'Shea. That's going to open up a massive gap, but well back-checked there by Main. And assistance as well from Jonah Zalossi, usually a forward, and again, one of the few former Sheffield Ice Hockey Academy juniors we have here. As the uni offer a long way offside, slow to get out there with Stevens, and the play of his experience, I think probably should have been a bit off a little bit quicker. But many players that have junior experience here, being Jonah Zalossi, his dad, Michael Zalossi, at his number retired at ones last year. He's on the bench for uni of, but Joel Fox has just done well to keep that in. There's no one in the slot there to connect that pass to, so it's going to be freely worked out by Unioff again. Forced wide is Smith, but it's Mike Tanker who can still collect it, and looking to wind up from the far side was Unioff, but it's back with Mike Tanker, who's gone hard. A little bit of a late hit, but nothing too much in it for the referee to be called into action. Three-man system here, one referee, two linesmen. Nendok makes a little move, but shot towards the net's wide, and Fox, it's just pushed back there. There's a bit of a high stick, some subdued shouts, but Fox brings it back in. He's got Simpson pushing forward, but Fox trying to go all the way right now. The pass way too far in front of Simpson, but he's trying to muscle his way back onto the puck, and it's a well-poked check off the blue line. That was from Connor Simpson, and Fox will fire one in from the top of the slot. That's over the bar again, and yet see a shot on target in the first 2 minutes. Well, Quincy pushing through. His road's cut off, but slow moving. Seems to be Megan Day. Couldn't get a proper stick in there, so just allowed the Unioff forward to get the puck back in deep. Oh, lovely pass out there. That is connected this time the other way towards Pyatt. Sakura Tanako, but offside go Hallam. And that rush gets brought back down. And out in front of the Unioff bench will go Just over 3.5 minutes played then. Both sides getting a good feel of the puck early on. Like I said, let's see a shot on target. Now O'Shea back out after his little sip, trying to play it down. Big hit, referee gives nothing on the arm. Look who gets one responder as well and tries a little bit of a kick there. He's retaliation as then they go offside. That was by Bell. Done a good job sticking up for his teammate. As Sakura Tanako was sent down onto the ice. And a lot of people here, the joys of Varsity, their first ice hockey game, well, they're going to be treated to some big hits like that. And like I said, it may play for the Bears. There's going to be no love lost here between the two unis. They're going to leave it all out for on the ice. Comes down towards Paul Main. He's hit as the arms rose up a little bit high there. Setting the tone early of what it could be. O'Shea just brings it back behind his goal, playing around. Slow to read or play those Walters. They want an icing. It's waved off. The linesman gonna save it. Unioff could have made a bit more of a better attempt to get onto the puck. That's flicked over nicely. Granger gonna try to bring this forward now out wide. O'Shea press him and actually forces a bit of a turnover as well, just out skating the puck, but a couple of false swipes there by Hallam as well. Don't allow him to clear it out of the zone. There's now Stevens pushing forward. There's a man on the back door and they score! Wow, Hallam slow to clear their lines. The puck was free for a couple of them. You had Walters down at the boards, O'Shea as well. And as it trickled into the slot, the two players in the middle had a swipe with a stick, missed it. That allowed them to jump on it. And it was on the near side post, easy to tuck home as Key overcommits. And the Unioff, well, the first shot on target we get in the game, put themselves in the lead. And it was a messy play, and Hallam are going to want that back. Not a great way to warm yourself into the game up either if you're Matt Key. But as you can see straight away, trying to jump back onto it. Wheeler wants a trip, but there was never really a stick in there. Oh, come back into their own zone. It's Rosenna. He goes down the wing, and that's Hallam just offering up too much space. The blue line is free there to take. And Seth Wheeler was just unable to hit the net. This top line for Unioff so far, putting on the pressure. A couple of shouts for too many men as one of the players from Unioff was slow to get onto the bench, but nothing given. Chip back down, and that'll finish off the line change for the current game leaders. Back to the play is Simpson, but he still retrieves the puck, but doesn't properly control it. But returning the favour was Smith. Now Fox. Try centering it again. There's a couple of times he's tried to rush a pass. He's just giving it straight back to Unioff. And now they're going to get an odd man rusher if they're quick enough entering the zone. Over-committing with a stick, but well back-checked and pushed aside. Here's Simpson again. With Wilby. Finds Yeti Smith, who nearly crashed into a bench. Former Philippines international. Got to be careful trying to dump that in behind the centre line. Don't want to risk an icing. But tangling over each other are those two of the Hallam players. We've got an arm going up there. Off to the box is going to be Quincy as Matt Key will head to the bench. So the first power play of the game is going to go towards Hallam as they look to tie things up. A hit onto Joel Fox. Fox looked off balance anyway. We'll see what the call is here from the referee. Two minutes for boarding. Oh, you can make a case there if Fox is not already off balance. That hit's just a regulation body check, but instead Hallam get the first power play of the game. But Unioff do the first job nicely. Win the opening draw of the 2 minutes. They'll have a minor skater. And Hallam gonna have to move this puck quickly, get settled into the zone. And currently they've only got 4 skaters out there. There's no one in the box for Hallam. Now they'll put someone else. So the first 25 seconds, Hallam have had a complete blunder on the coaching side of things. 4 skaters out there. Well, that's going to only benefit Uniov, killing vital seconds off. Poor on the stick there as O'Shea gets a little whack as well from Pinkney. He's unhappy about something before it's played down, and Hallam will now look to settle things back down again in their own zone. With Hammond. He's shut down before he gets over the blue line. And offside as well, we're going to go. There's a long way into the zone. Went Hammond, and again all the way down towards Matt Keys, who plays right side, a shot to the stat pad. And O'Shea lines that down, and this will go for icing. And it's waved off. Hallam definitely iced off and didn't take a deflection. So getting away with one as Castley's tripped up. That's a more dead-on penalty, you'd think, there than the boarding callers. A little deflection from a shot of Walters. Sends that over the bar and easily cleared out again. And Uniov, well, with 15 seconds left on the power play, have made light work with the man advantage. Oh, sorry, of the penalty kill. Hallam just not looked to get going on the power play at all. And Fox, just a bit of a hopeful backhanded pass. We went away from Walters. He still looked to chase in deep. Back to full strength go Uniov. And Jonas Loss is going to have to get his wheels moving here, because in comes Quincy straight out the box, looking to make it 2 off the top of the leg pad of Matt Key. Just pushes that one aside. His first real save of the game. And it could have been a pretty much textbook repeat of where the first goal came from, but as the University of Sheffield go offside, will go back in towards the neutral zone. Off the face-off, Hallam will win it, but it's straight down this near side, a long way from anyone of note. Aimed at Bethany Jacobs, that pass, but it went all the way past us towards Gemma Harling in the Uniov zone, and this is how it's been controlled so far. Good attempted body check there from Paya, but it's only turned the puck over, and a good rush here, moving with speed. Here comes Uniov, the back door's there, and just fluking on the shot. Thinks Nathaniel Bell as a penalty is going to be called as well. We'll see who's off to the box. This time it's going to be a Hallam player off to the box. It's going to be Bethany Jacobs. It's a hooking call. First shift of the game for Jacobs, and she's found herself down in the box. She'll have to sit 2 minutes as we're approaching halfway in this opening period. Well, the special teams on a penalty kill looked pretty much star-like for the Uniov. Let's see if they can repeat that same recipe on the power play and get that second goal on the board, but messing around on the breakout. This briefly turns it over, but wasn't able to jump on top of the puck. But again, a good stick by Hallam, and that will come down. Moving forward, here comes Nendick. Blind backhanded pass. It's tossed away back towards Hallam, but Hallam nearly returned the favour. Going to aggressively rim that out, and it won't make it out, and Nendick is going to have to retreat and collect this behind his own goal line. Fresh killers out for Hallam. Will stay with the same power play unit for Uniov. Rushed past there towards Stevens again. These little mistakes are killing precious seconds off for Hallam, but Smith walks into the zone, winds up big time. That's caught in between the legs of Matt Green, but it's a blocked shot. That leads to the possession being turned over, and they can quickly clear that back out and set up back on the blue line. Hammond goes for a chase. They allow a pass straight down towards Smith, but no one's there. There's Uniov were trying to set out skating, and Hammond's got a bit of space to work with here, but he's slow to see the gap that was offered up by the black and gold. And then he dumps it towards the net of Jaden Davis, and the Bears D team defense, netminder, sorry, will cover that up, and with 10:31 to play in the opening period, Uniov lead a goal to nil. What looked to be a chance for a second goal. They've got 40 seconds left on the power play, but they've struggled, and, well, a bit of argy-bargy off the face-off between the two centres. poor work from the Hallam D. Can't keep that in there now. Moving forward again. Here comes my tanker. Shot from range. Kick save made by Matt Key, and he has to be called into action again on the near side post. But winding up this time was Granger. More bodies hit the deck. Couple of protests, and we will get a penalty coming up. What's it going to be this time, and who against? It's going to be a uni off play this time, so we get 15 seconds at 4-on-4. Make it worse, it's going to be the captain, Zach Pinkney, hooking the call as well. A similar location to where Bethany Jacobs got called. So then, Hallam will have a shortened power play. We've got 15 seconds of 4-on-4 and 1 minute and 45 seconds with the extra skater. 0 for 1 so far today. They'll be looking to improve on that fact greatly. Easily cleared out by the Uniov, and they'll just want to settle this down, control the puck when it comes to 5-on-4. And Spibby, the IHUK referee, went to lay a big hit. There was a couple bodies tumbling as well. Unhappy about it. There's a player who was, well, you can say the victim of it, to be Dylan Steed, isn't it? Be cleared down. Well, Uniov will look to set up this kill again. Straight down the central lane, caught up in the skates, but Hammond will take the loose pickings. Medvich is behind the Hallam number 6, and they force him down into the corner. Put the brakes on nicely, at least, and briefly avoid a hit. He then gets taken out that time. But his Spib was back now. He can't keep that in over the blue line. So Hammond, he got danced around there, and again, Uniov just doing these little things right. The positioning has been slightly better so far in this period. And there's a little mistake again off the boards in such a dangerous position, especially on the man advantage. Captain Paul Main should be doing better, and it's punished as well as Quincy walks in, goes 5-hole on Matt Key. Lazy play there from Hallam, who had 35 seconds left on the power play. The captain should be doing a lot better there, but instead they turn it over. They let a short-handed goal go through. And Hallam, who are looking to win this fixture for the 4th year in a row right now, are not looking likely to even make headway in this game so far, the way they've started. I'm not even sure if they've registered a shot on target yet. They've barely had any offensive zone time. There was an effort from Joel Fox who went over the bar, but oh, and that, nothing's happened. Josh Quince with the goal, and a short-handed goal at that. That's offside, it'll just be called late. But Paya Sakaratanako just making a meal of getting back on side. Just got to stick 1 foot on the blue line instead. The Thai skater took her time and left the puck carrier hanging out there as Hallam tried finding a play that would have got them back to a 1-goal game, but could be 3-0 here as walking in. Matt Key, well, leaky as they call him, has spilt one there that could have been costly. A Bell just onside he goes. Key will cover that up. But Hallam just letting Bell through way too easily, like a hot knife through butter, straight down the middle. Calling Matt Key into action. Well, if you're going to nickname your netminder Leakey, you might, just maybe, want to have a little bit better defence for hanging him out to dry like that. Straight off the face-off, my tanker fires one away. Key will collect it as it bounced off the backboard. But a poor face-off from Hallam. We need to be quick out there to the point men. Like I said, Uniov just doing these little things right. They're too scattered off the face-off. You've got anyone in the trapezoid. You've got one on the post, which not typical. But now Hallam will clear it out. O'Shea brings it down by the hash marks. He's got a body in front as well he can aim for. That's Simpson. The pass is just ahead of him again, not for the first time. It's a lazy stick there from Casley. And moving forward, but brilliantly recovered there. I believe that was O'Shea, it was. And he shuts down Stevens. He still cuts through down to the top of the face-off circle. Wristed it in from range. Going to be covered up there by Key. Comes down to the half-boards on the near side. Simpson, he's cut up. There was a leg out there by Mrazena. It could have been, well, something quite controversial if Simpson wanted to hit the deck. O'Shea collects that down, but a long way offside again. This is what we mean by the little thing. Simpson, there's a foot collision again as there's a missed penalty perhaps on O'Shea. He went straight in. It could have been an interference call. A long way off there was Yeti Smith from the puck. Still makes hit, but a lovely bit of passing work. But the hands, well, making the deeks, but not connecting to anything. And offside, Uniov again. And that should have been too many men as well, as that went towards the bench. Maybe they got lucky and it was stopped by Fox before it travelled towards the gate. But so slow to get onside, both sides. For periods, it's leaving your side with 4 skaters as the puck can't come towards you. And, well, that was nearly bell hitting the plexiglass from Wilby. Walker then will respond behind the play and messing up a bit there. Has opened up a bit of space for Bell as he pushes forward, looking to get Hallam on the board as he tosses a backhand towards. And well saved there by Jaden Davis. It was an awkward one as it bounced. He still held it down. 6:04 to play in this opening period. Lovely shots of the crowd here at Ice Sheffield. Our wonderful cameraman taking you through these brilliant pictures of what has to be the most exciting sport on the Sheffield Varsity calendar every March. The greatest annual event in varsity sports. And coming up on Wednesday then on Forge TV, as Bell winds up over the blue line, sends that over the bar. Not a conventional technique, but he's still got it in and freely able to wrap around. Chance there was Wheeler, and then he sends it in and tucked it on the rebound. And Hallam defensively again misshapen. No one goal side initially allowed them to just pick up the puck on the wraparound. Whilst Key had it covered, it then attracted more black and gold jerseys to poke. And Wheeler, he gets his goal on the board. Showing you why he's got 24 goals this season. You heard the iron ring. As we were saying, this Wednesday on Forge TV's YouTube channel, you can catch the biggest university ice hockey game outside of North America, the dominant home of ice hockey, as we have varsity ones between Uniov and Sheffield Hallam. And well, if Uniov win this, like they're looking to, be tied up at 1 apiece in the mini ice hockey varsity. And well, whilst Uniov will be favourites for that, Hallam will be looking to win it for the first time in a good few years. That's sent over the bar. And out of play. We'll get another face-off. 5:22 remaining in this opening period. 3-0, the Uniov lead. Out to the half-board straight away. Hallam slow to push onto it, but Uniov dumped down on that, but only in front to goal. Right now, that's a brilliant play, though, towards Maitenka, and he scores. Completely unaware about it. And he gets swarmed by his teammates. They're just left alone. You don't let shooters shoot. You've got to get out and block them. And he tucked one home past a tiny gap that was left in Matt Key's pads. And well, in this period, it's just spiraled out of control for Hallam. The Uniov coach said they thought it was going to be a close game. They said they had a better team in the pre-game interview as well. Right now, it's looking anything but close. Hallam looked to have no answers as Uniov already putting the seatbelt on and driving into the distance. And we still have 45 minutes of hockey to play. Rosanna. Trying to play that down, but Jacobs for Hallam, aiming it towards Archie Spibby. Right, caught between his legs though. He's tried to return it back to Jacobs, but he's hit hard, and again these turnovers are only helping Uniov. Hallam probably going to ice this as well, but coming out to play it, so it's going to be waved off. Rookie error from Davis. Could have got an offensive zone face-off for his side. The coaches have to be telling him that. Jacobs nearly turning over on a great forecheck. Someone trying to clothesline the player coming on. I think that was number 4, Sam Walker for Hallam. Apologies, it was Pyatt. Now Stevens pushing forward again. Gets it onside, crossing over with Lupu. Shea just trying to keep the puck out wide. Can't clear the blue line though, and it's back with Uniov. They've got 3 down defensive though, and yet none of them can keep that in over the blue line, and Lupu's going to have to set back up again. Awkward zone entry tactic, but as Hallam going to change in a dangerous position, nearly invites Uniov for a 2-on-2, just losing an edge. Was one of the one of the Uniov forwards. That was Jonathan Lupu. It comes back down towards Stevens on the opposite side of the rink. I have a penalty coming up. Something behind the play, I think, as well. Morzena's down on the ice, but O'Shea's going to go off to the box. See what the call is here. 2 minutes for boarding, the second boarding call of the second power play for the University of Sheffield as they look to put 5 past Matt Key. Less than a period's worth of hockey. And the fixture of it's been largely dominated by the Pink Army. Right now, the head coach, Neil Orr, is going to have a lot on his plate to deal with. Straight out to the point will be wrist fat in, but he's not got much bite in the shot. It flops back down, and it'll be at least cleared out by Bell. And Uniov easily walk it back into the zone. Smith crawls towards the back door, waiting for the pass to come out towards him, but trying to play out to the point to Nendick instead. Gets intercepted, and it's cleared out by Hallam. Main on a slow chase. Quick reactions there from Bell as he's nearly muscled into the boards. At least intercepts it, and this is going to start killing a few vital seconds off as he's down hard into the boards. A few shouts from the rink for something, but nothing given. Now as they're down with only 3 skaters on the play, is trying to get back is Bell. No one's going on a bit of a forecheck, so that allows Uniov to get it straight into the zone. That bounce up the stick of Zalossi, trying to centre it through, but no one's there. Main should clear it, and he does so. Uses the boards nicely to get past Nendick. .240 left in the period. There's a poor pass. Basics of hockey, you got to keep your sticks down on the ground. Although that's a nice little move, and that got a roar as stepping forward. Here's Nathaniel Bell. He winds up straight into the chest of Key, and he just jumps on the puck late to hold on to it. There's 38 seconds left on the penalty towards Callum O'Shea. Wind up Bell again from the point. That sails wide of the net, straight back out to it though, as my tank already a goal for him. Bell as well, lovely tip, but Key robs him there with his glove. Cutting it across for goal. Caught the Hallam defenders sleeping. But the redirect only found its way in towards the Hallam netminder's glove. And I think he'll be happy just to have more saves this period than goals conceded. This time has tried playing back up high again. They couldn't make it quite down the central lane, but as they cross over each other, Hallam just hit the deck, and it's going to be punished. Messi again, they thought it was covered up. The free there, the puck shut off for Hallam. And again, some loose sticks. And in 18 minutes, it's 5 past Key. And when you've got a netminder on a bench who made 45 saves in the women's varsity, you might be thinking it won't be long until Key is heading his way onto the bench in his varsity 2's time done. He's on pace for 15-0 right now, as Hallam have just had absolutely nothing to respond to this pressure. Goal given towards Nathaniel Bell. And the first power play goal of the game goes towards Uniov. Couple of bodies hit the deck again, unable to keep the balance. Awkwardly played behind, aimed towards Hilton. Fox couldn't intercept. Quincy's got a goal to his name. Look to set out this breakout. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey thanks to the power play goal. Just bobbles off the leg pad of Hilton. Spibby takes his teammate down as he takes a tumble, and it's a 3-on-0 down low, but a pass too far away from Nendick, who struggled to get on top of it. Played down into the corner as he went back through all the bodies in the slot. And Hallam will just want to get rid of this out of the zone briefly, and actually Uniov will do it for them, as there's a poor pass from Butterfield aimed towards Gemma Harling. Now 50 seconds left in the period. Taking the time, looking for the pass. It will come out, but only towards Gemma Harling at the halfway line. Although it's a good stick there by Joel Fox, and he's given Simpson a run in here. Although not confident at all on the puck, as he's closed in by Nendick, who then has a whack at him. The referee has a look, but lets them both play on. Now offside go Hallam. But again, too passive. A weird attempt at a hit, and it's just covered there by Matt Key. And a late whack that's got a few words. He'll have a word with the ref as well. 14 seconds left. Fence playing the first. It's been dominated by the black and gold. Is there a chance? A crafty face-off play to grab them a sixth. It is a 20-minute period to forget for Hallam. It doesn't bode well for what comes later in the game. False start for Hallam, going too early before the puck was dropped. Down into the corner. It's again a late hit. A few of them, like I said, no love lost. Try and force something. Final seconds tick away. Claxon's going to go. 20 minutes to forget to Hallam's the story as Uniov dominate. They lead 5-0 after the first round, the first period. Players going to head off. I think we're going to get an ice cup. So we're going to take a short break here. We'll be back in about 15 minutes time then for the second period of Varsity 2's. And we're back underway for the second period. Uniov looking to keep the ball rolling or to put rather a 5-0 period. An absolute smoke show from the black and gold. Absolutely nothing coming the way of Hallam. You'd be lucky to say they've had 2 shots on goal all game so far. They've got 40 more minutes to pull it back. And on paper, teams that, well, they're meant to be quite close are showing to be anything but right now, as O'Shea was nearly gifted a poor pass there, but instead he lets it go under a stick, and Medvic brings it forward, cuts through the wall of white and pink that was looking to shut him down. A centering pass towards O'Shea. Gets intercepted by Hallam, and they'll move forward. Going for a hip check there as Mrzena, the Czech tech expert. This is probably the longest that Hallam have actually had some offensive zone time right now. They've rather struggled, and that's poor. He's trying to keep it in the blue line. I think that was Paul Main. And at least Hallam will get a change, although that's been tossed up to Joel Fox. He's going to get a chance down low, looking to backhand it in. But short-sided, Davis comfortably makes a save. Artenka nearly got a high stick there. Back in with Fox. Simpson. Oh, that's a high hit penalty called. An elbow, you'd think, as a shot on net. And then sat down afterwards. Davis holds on to it, but we're going to have a penalty coming up early. Fuming about it is the culprit. Arguing against Casley. It's got to be an elbow calling, we'll see. In the box number is an elbowing call. 2 minutes for Karel Mrzena. Oh, nicely done there by Hallam to work it out up top, and a snatch slap shot there from O'Shea. That'll be easily cleared out by Bell. O'Shea brings it back down, though, through his zone. Even gets the pass across to Main. Wrists that in towards Vanessa Davies. The rebound is there. Is Bell quick enough? No, he's not. But good bit of urgency from Hallam, something they've lacked so far, as he's nearly hit hard. O'Shea gets it back, and oh, a couple of awkward deflections off of 3 legs there. And Kader Casley, the Bears C team, who's had 3 goals all season, has got himself one in varsity by sheer luck of deflections. Took a nick off a couple of Uniov legs, then his. And Hallam, in the most bizarre way possible, get themselves on the board. Davis' shutout has gone, and they'll at least be happy about that. And now they can start placing the building blocks to climb this 4-goal deficit they still face. There's 6 players on the ice briefly, Hallam, but it's a power play goal. Now back and looking to get a bit of rhythm now. We're hoping that whatever was set from the period break, there's going to be a big kick in the teeth. Get a rocket up the backside and start pushing on. Broken stick on the play there as well. Simpson didn't drop that straight away, and then it's thrown on. He's got to come off. That's all behind the play. That probably should be a 5-on-3. Oh, sorry, a 4-on-4. As there's 6 players. No, sorry, there is 5. It was a bit messy though from Hallam. Now they'll rush on 5-on-5. That nearly deflected awkwardly, this time off the leg of Josh Quince. Hallam though playing a bit more urgently. It's with Bethany Jacobs. She can't get that through bodies towards the net. That can't be cleared out even. There's going to be a 1-0 chance lurking back. Here comes Nathaniel Bell. Gets a lovely shimmy. And Key with the leg save. Kicks it out. Straight back in from Quince. His slap shot goes wide. It's tied it up by Jacobs. Now they'll send Joel Fox on a chase. And a bit of a snow as well there from Mendick, and Key's not happy. There's going to be a talking to here from to Medwich. Could coming from a long way. Key had that covered up. You can make an argument as an unsportsmanlike penalty there. They're going to let it go this time round. Down in the corner, it's not going to go for icing. The arm stays down. No, we'll go for an icing, sorry. No, shout from the linesman, still given. And back down towards the Hallam end they'll go. Nice crowd we've got here at Ice Sheffield. And again, Hallam not putting the correct number of players out on the ice. The coaches a few times have not looked, well, up to scratch is the best way to put it right now. Got 6 out just moments ago now, 4. Few poor changes as well. The positioning off the face-offs isn't great either. But Hallam don't have the bother of it right now as it's dumped in by O'Shea. Couldn't get past the bodies in front of him, and there's a slow chase there from Megan Day. Gemma Harling was struggling to stay on her feet as well, so that was a shot that nicked off the post from a tight angle. Optimistic from Megan Day. She'd never even got the puck, but indeed she did. Oh, and a big hit there. Not to go knee on knee, perhaps. Slow twist down at the other end, trying to punish for no call. And it's brought out and looking a little worse forever is Medvich. That's for the snowing on the goalie, Matt Key, you'd think. Party gets in a deep chance over the bar. It goes. Hallam nearly found themselves a scramble to collect their second goal. Casley, the goal scorer for the first one, has a little deflection on his shot, goes wide, picked back up by Stevens, and he'll bring it forward. 2-on-2 entering zone it's going to be for Uniov. He's got Wheeler alongside him, going to shoot straight away though, and Key will hold on. Just scrubs that off. Couldn't quite believe that though. Four and a half minutes gone in the second period. Bit more stop-start than the flowing opening 20 minutes we got. But Hallam, we're hoping for a completely different game here. We're going to need a bit more than one vote to get themselves back in this contest. It's already looking like it'd be a headline comeback story if they could do it. Well, that's nicely done. Hammond tied up. Icing going to be waved off as Paul Main putting in a shift, waiting for someone to trail in. He gets just out skates the puck, still scrambling. Davis has to push that back down low. And Uniov will clear this out. And it's going to go for icing. As Jonas Solossi does enough of a chase to force the linesman to blow that dead. And back down towards the black and gold's third of the ice. Well, Hammond with a nice hit, just losing an edge there as Maitenka. I don't think there's anything in it. Maitenka losing an edge as well. Bodies hitting the deck. Solossi with a missed stick check. They get it back out towards Maitenka, and again, nearly knee on knee. A couple of these loose body checks coming out from both sides. As Wilby will dump one on towards the net there of Key. Hallam can't tidy up and just pushing forward, trying to find a sixth, and Key spills and it's just poked through the crease. Count to the point again. Quick one-timer straight onto the net, but it's slow, and Key uses his leg pads nicely. Well, everybody's hitting the floor. We're not going to get a whistle for an injury, as Yeti Smith is struggling to get back to her feet. So Smith's back up to her feet and looks to be okay. She's head to the bench. Face-off win for Uniov. Tried to play it straight out into the centre. A little deflection. Nearly fell handedly towards Butterfield. Well, again, more bodies hitting the decks. Looks like this players needed their skate sharpening in the break. And a race down. Quince will get there first. It comes back behind their goal. Played round the boards, but Fox tries to position his body well. That's played round him, and Nendick has to contend with Spibby, who's it's nicely done there by Archie Spibby. Good stick. He's back down low towards Fox. He got a shot on, but off the leg pad of Davis. That'll come down low. No shot from range and straight into the glove. Simpson putting pressure on Davis. He's not been tested much at all this game. That one brought out his glove for the first time. 13-15 left in this period, the middle phase of this game. Approaching the halfway stage, and well, you'd think Hallam's chance have come rather thinly. They could really ease off the gas right now, take some scraps. Well, that comes towards Megan Day, but it just hits the deck just behind her. And Casley couldn't look towards his second. That's a heavy move hit from the back, right through the numbers, but it'll play on. Odd man rush coming now for the Uniov. As that's nearly gone through for 5-hole there of Key, and then more snow, and then some bit of contact on Casley as well. Brought a few rough reactions. But again, nothing too becoming of a penalty. But you get a feeling it's going to get just feistier as the game goes on. Nice work towards Bell. Now Pinkney. That just falls off his stick. They're cleared out by Megan Day, but it's going to be Walters who presses on to the Uniov forward. Great stick in, long way offside. As Casley's got his head down from the play, so slow with his line mates to get over the blue. And as his eyes lit up, thinking a chance was coming his way, it's going to be pulled back in towards the neutral zone. More bodies hitting the deck off the face-off. Main's gone to play the body instead of the puck, and that's going to allow Uniov to work it out to their zone. Moving forward now is Nathaniel Bell. There's a look towards Key, and that bobbles over the net. We'll get a whistle. Penalty coming up. High stick. I think this is going against Nathaniel Bell. So then, one power play goal for Hallam in their 3 attempts so far. For now, their 4th man advantage of the game. Nicely kept in by Hammond at the blue line. A couple of bodies were getting back there as Davis struggles to scoop that up. A good urgency from the captain. Main gets onto it, and it forces the puck up high towards Hammond. His shot cuts across the face of goal. It's back with O'Shea. He's had a tough game so far. Bell couldn't tip that. The shot flies into the corner. You've got to have 2 people pinching there. Bit fortunate there from Jonas Zalossi. It catches on the skate, just stays on the right side of the blue line for Hallam. Medvich tries to tie Bell up on the boards. Danny Bell, that is. 2 Bells playing offside. It goes. Valok stay on the right side of the blue line, but not given, and it's touched by Hallam. That's probably going to go further down from the Hallam side. As that was over 3 seconds, I think. And indeed it is. It's going all the way. 50 seconds gone off the power play already. Kicked away by Key. That was seen nicely through traffic. He had a tough time with it, as you can see by the scoreboard so far. Hallam pushed back into their own zone briefly on the breakout. Now they'll look to step forward. Spibby's held onto and pulled down. Few protests. That looked to be a hold. He's down in a bit of discomfort. Not to his feet now, though. Jacobs will collect. 40 seconds left on the power play for Hallam. Just kicked onside by Spibby. He's now offside, though. Fox couldn't settle the puck down. Quince nearly gets clotheslined. Great poke check, though, by Fox. And now he's pushing on. He's not got assistance with him. Sent in from range. That had some bite to it. Couple more shots like that. Get him on target. It's likely to beat the Bears D team netminder, you'd think. As Matt Keys played that out, Jacobs gets sent down hard long after the puck. No call again as she begrudgingly looks towards the referee. Spibby, who has refereeing experience, pushing forward. Back to 5-on-5 we go. Bell will go for went to go for a change. Now I'll stay back out, and now we'll get a few personnel changes for both sides. Walters brings it over to blue. Backhanded towards the slot, but a nice stick there by Medvich, and he'll bring it on 2-on-2. That's unable to be settled down by Smith. Oh, he's hit hard. That's right, high on the head. And Castley's going to find himself in a good bit of trouble here, you'd think. That was very high. And rightly so. Alex Smith looking a little stunned. 2 or 5, what's it going to be? That's only 2 for interference. Well, Hallam's lone goal scorer has got away with one. It looked to be an elbow right to the head, and instead he's only been given 2. And I think Josh Humphreys, head coach of Uniov, is rightly asking the question, is that not a 5 at least? So then as one power play ends, another kicks off as Hallam's was seen away. Uniov get a man advantage, and out in front. They just left Nathaniel Bell all alone, and Matt Key was nearly punished as Danny Bell goes hard into the boards, nothing given. Now towards Yeti Smith. Her shot didn't have enough bite to reach Bell and get a deflection. Maitenka, who's got himself on the score sheet, will turn and shoot off the post. Perhaps Key just getting something on his leg pad there. We approach the final 9 minutes of this middle period. Winding up and clearing, there's Paul Main. And again, hard into the boards. It's really picking up here. Feistiness and some more knee-on-knee looks, but just leaving it out, leaving her body out a little late, and then we'll get a whistle as Smith is going for Hammond. And she's going to go off to the box as well. As Hammond is apparently the culprit of something between those two. So then, 4-on-4 hockey we'll get for a minute. And pretty much exactly as Yeti Smith goes for 2 minutes for slashing. Oh, O'Shea lines up a big hit, hits Wheeler down. Well, we say these things just get tense to go along. Oh, it's loose fair and whistled down. Matt Key, he's got away with one. He had completely missed on covering the puck. And as the referee thinks he's got it in his grasp, one of the Union forwards is winding up. False start this time against Union. Caught by the linesman, they'll set up again. Although Union win the face-off nicely, working out into the slot. Unable to settle it down, but kept in. Oh, that's a bit of a mistake there by Stevens, unable to settle it down and pushing forward. Here comes Walters straight into glove of Davis. He's not being tested regularly, but he's still standing tall. As he keeps another puck out the back of the net. Block it away this time by Davis. It's cleared out. Jacobs will collect this back in her own zone. She'll rim that round towards Walters, who had that chance just moments ago. Still 4-on-4. Walters gets it in. Penalty coming up. Oh, that looks a little soft. It's going to be a slashing call, surely. It is a slashing call. That is soft. It's just a missed poke check, and
that was right on the brain as
well, we've seen some things this game, and that is the softest of all of the incidents. Barely any power put into it, and it gets called for slashing, and Hallam are going to be 5-on-3 for 47 seconds, and if they don't get themselves a second goal in the game here, well, there's going to be some severe questions raised, you'd think. Comes out to the point. Zalossi shoots quickly, awkwardly, but in the end, it's keeping a puck out there by Davis as he dropped his blocker right where his 5-0 would be. Key makes a better attempt. There's some woos go around on Sheffield, perhaps trying to hope a mistake's made by Key. Liam Hammond, who is the reason Yeti Smith's in the box, as he'd aggrieved her. Made a little mistake on the breakout. Now comes back towards Zalossi. Couple of looks down the ball. It's the third time they'll get it through. Nice little move there by Danny Bell, but couldn't quite beat the man out. Although a little mistake, and now O'Shea and Bell, and he sourced it over his stick blade. Although from range this time. The shot from Zalossi gets blocked. O'Shea, he'll backhand that, or at least attempt to backhand it down low. And it's blocked and forced to be cleared out. Dumped in again by O'Shea. This time that rose off the stick blade, sorry, not the blade, but the top end of the stick of Davis. Another penalty coming up as Union's going to have 3 in the box. This time we'll see another late hit. It's right through the back. You think it's going to be a cross check. We're having a brief discussion about this, but considering everything else being a 2, I doubt that's going to be any more.
That's nothing.
Well, if that's to set the tone and settle things down, with an elbow to the head called a 2, and now Bell's been ejected for a cross check. We said it would get a bit chippy. And I'll tell you now, the reaction up here from some of the Bears A's and B's players is bemusing. And it's checking from behind the call. Well, that is as controversial as it gets. The reaction from everyone here at Sheffield, anyone who knows 50p about hockey, that being an ejection. Wow. You could argue it might be a make-up call for the missed elbow to the head. But goal scorer Nathaniel Bell, he's out then for the rest of the game. 6 minutes left in the period, 23 seconds left of 5-on-3 action. Hallam would love to score here in the next 17 seconds as it ticks down. Keep an extra power play. Now it's off the post from range. Spibby nearly fouled that exact answer. Hit high on towards Casley, that set him down. And he's unhappy about something again. They look, although Wheeler's going to collect the puck down low. Hallam 4 minutes left on the major. They can score as many times as they want and keep the power play trailing in. And the Hallam defence shut off. And Uni give a second short-handed goal of the game. And everything in their own zone has leaked worse for Natimu Plummer. And when Hallam should be running off and finding at least 1 goal to close the deficit down to 3, they've conceded their second short-handed goal of the game. and just shutting off defensively. No one gave a chase to Wheeler at all, but let him take the zone freely. And it is well and truly punished. You can't say they don't deserve it for a lazy play like that. And Jake Granger gets the goal, moving forward again. Hallam looking for something that's a little high, and nearly knocking off the back of one of the Uniov defenders. Jacobs comes to collect it. She nearly hits Videka as well, though, losing an edge. And there's Aurora as Uniov picked the puck back up. Although lining up a hit that time was Matt Green, hitting the deck. Popping a tyre was Wilby, I believe that was. Still 3:17 left on the power play for Hallam. It's taking an age to build up. They'll chip it down the boards behind the centre line as well. That could have been for icing. Although caught up in the linesman, he's done him a favour there. And Walters hits the deck as more bodies hit together, and there's no urgency from Hallam. They've got the extra skater for a lot of time, and trying to leave a knee out again was Hammond. And both sides have been doing this. It's a little silly now, and you can see why the ref might have ejected someone on a soft one to try and stop this. Hammond. Heavy touch around the boards this time. It's off of Simpson, and Uniov work it out again. 3:40 left in the period, sent towards Key. That rose up his stick blade. And a few oohs as there was a different sound off of what normally those little dumps on net create. Although Green able to work it in nicely into the zone. No one's there to set up a couple bodies on a change. Jacobs is just hanging through neutral ice. She'll collect that. And a couple of quick passes. Thankfully, that took a deflection for Hallam off of Gemma Harling's stick, as that would have gone for icing. But they've looked to have just shut off, and we're now into the final 2 minutes of the power play for Hallam on the major, as Nathaniel Bell was ejected. Although that's a nice little move there by Sakura Tanako. Still wants it up high towards Megan Day. She's in the slot. Out of the corner, couldn't connect. That's chipped out though. And a good little hurry coming on there from Nendick. O'Shea's not been afraid to put the physical stuff in. Doesn't really draw a hit in though from Nendick. O'Shea's happy to toy with it in his own zone, but again, no urgency at the back end of the period from Hallam. They have the man advantage, and they've not long left on the major now. And well, they've not only conceded a short-handed one, but if they don't even get a bounce back themselves at the back end of the period, such a momentum build will just add on to all this momentum that Uniov have into the final period break. It's only going to burn out Hallam more and more. Behind the goal, Van O'Shea sets it up. Doesn't think of a Michigan. That would have been something to raise the roof for Megan Day. Let's not fall over a stick. And over the blue line it goes. Hallam have to set back up again. Fox, he hits the deck. A couple of sticks crossing over. 30 seconds left in the power play. Still nothing testing towards Annetta Davies. Casley, he'll think of winning rebounds there. Surely Hallam have to, and no, Davies deals with a rebound. And the deep netminder has had a much better performance than the C netminder right now. Hard into the boards. There's a little high look onto the head there of Hammond. But he's certainly been in his battle physicality. Ready to go back to 5-on-5. Butterfield's up to his feet. I'll have to wait a solitary second before we'll have 1 minute and 10 left in a period of what should be just 5-on-5, barring any more instances. A false start. So we'll stay. Now we'll go back to 5-on-5. Out to the point, Zalossi, wrists in, that tipped down, but just wide of the net from Casley. Hammond will pick it up back behind the goal, tied up by Uniov, and turning there was Paul Main, but Butterfield with some very fresh legs after spending 5 minutes not using them. Wasn't quick enough to push on to it. Now 45 seconds are left in this second period. Something to take into the break for Hallam, surely. It comes out to Main. Lovely kick save there by Davis. Working hard between the posts, shoulder to shoulder, hard into the board. Bodies tumble over. Nice, Sheffield loves it. Maitenka muscled off the puck. And Granger with a good stick. Nearly got himself away, but was tied up again by the Hallam D. 20 seconds left here in the second. Oh, a slew foot, you'd think. Top of the crease. Sneakily under the referee's nose. There's 10 seconds left. Granger couldn't settle that down. He just sends that in deep. Seconds are going to tick away. We have 20 minutes left in this Varsity 2's fixture for 2026. And looking to drive off into the sunset. As the University of Sheffield, they lead 6-1. We're going to be back in about 15 minutes' time, so we're going to have an ice cut. We'll see you very shortly. So then 20 minutes on the clock to decide Varsity 2's and Wales. For Uni of Sheffield, look like they're firmly going to take it and tie up this mini ice hockey varsity. That's one apiece and get the first ice hockey varsity point, not development varsity. Also lovely pass out towards Granger. Hallam need 5 goals and a bit of a miracle if they want to keep their streak running. Past 3 years, Varsity 2's champions. Although it looks to be coming to an end here. Wound up from range, the rebound's there. Key not covering up in the defence, a little slow to get to it. O'Shea will now sit himself on the puck. Bell gets a knee on knee. He stands tall though, doesn't hit the deck, keeps pushing on. Zalossi gets pushed out wide, they'll shoot in from range. That's Mrazena. Doesn't meet him down low. Trying to play that into the top of the crease, but this time it reflects off Danny Bell's skate and awkwardly into the boards. I think Connor Simpson's gone, but he'll get moving up again. Fresh legs out for the Bears. First 90 seconds in this final period. 6 players are on the ice there briefly, nothing called. Oh, Green, he plays that low through the paint, and him and Simpson cross over teammates. That's going to open up a little bit of space for Union, but they couldn't push forward.
Where? Okay. If I look at snap map, you better be going somewhere else.
Oh, my tanker. Bringing it forward. He just got Green to contend with. He goes to play the body. Smartly done. Doesn't think about getting a stick in. Some of these poke checks have been rather appalling. So why not play the body right on the puck as well? Not an interference call in sight. And it's cleared down. And Nendick. And behind the player, we're going to get some afters. And a penalty's called. And both of them are going to go. Green. Matt Green for Hallam. So Matt Green's in the box for Hallam. Didn't quite get a look at who's in there for Uniov. Here, confirmation of the penalties. Lupu. 2 minutes of slashing for Matt Green. Maitenka receives a 2-minute minor for roughing, so 5-on-5 will stay. Coincidental minors. Casley. Tries getting run in deep, but it's wide of the net. Quince will get there, although hard down, and the Uniov bench applaud that hit, and they'll return the favour, and Bowling will go with a black and gold bowling ball, and white and rather fitting pink pins, and nearly following with an elbow there was Sam Walker. Just pulled out at the last second. Not the first time a Hallam player is left that part of the body just hanging up high. That's hard off the board, should go for icing. Nicely chased down by Stevens, gives the linesman enough of a reason to call it, and will do so. And back down, we'll go in towards the Hallam zone with 16:30 to play. Nice turn there from Wheeler, just couldn't get a shot towards the net. Casley will flick that off the boards. And then hard through the back. Returning late then. Sam Walker didn't have much of an option, much of a way to go other than through the back. Out skating there was Sakura Tanako. But it's not harmed Hallam. Walters just goes to play the body. He's upset about something. He thought it was hard done to. Can't quite see why. And that's opened up space for Granger, looking for another, but Key closes the gate and sends that over the bar. Off the boards, Walters can't beat down Rosanna. And now he'll get a look on. Over-checked defenseman. Just a little step out. But he easily dodged around by the Hallam 9-6. He'll get a shot on target. We'll have another face-off. This time down in the uni-off zone. Oh, Hammond gets beaten on the blue line. A nice little turn there. I think this is Yeti Smith pushing forward, trying to go on a one-timer. That shot didn't even connect the stick of Butterfield as he sailed that wide. Hammond, a little scale on the half boards, kept it in briefly, pushed back down by Sakura Tanako. And Hallam, 5 minutes into this third period, just looking for some sustained zone pressure. They're not going to get it though. Smith stepping forward and he spills it. The rebound covered up, and then someone's been pushed onto Matt Key afterwards. Poor skating or intention, I don't know. But again, more bits of nippiness from the uni-off lot. Didn't breed a reaction this time from Hallam. But now we really just need to settle things down and see it out. A lead by 5 goals. Maine's going to get there first to the puck with an outskates it. All the effort not to get any advantage from it. Well, a push down there behind the goal, nothing called. A little clip there onto Matt Green off of Wilby. And no one's on the far side, so Lupu is going to be able to settle this down, although Hammond gets his skate onto the puck briefly. Maine does the same thing, but none of them can push on. A little bit of argy-bargy as well down at the boards. Everyone wants to be a hockey bruiser. And for some reason, Matt Green is trailing through neutral ice, and we're basically playing 4-on-5 down in deep. Now we'll get over the blue line. Because the puck's down in low, and there's going to be a chance. This right side pointman has been brought out of the game effectively. As he curls out now, it comes down for a neutral ice, and after all of Matt Green's efforts, he's still not there. But as it rolls away from Pinckney, he will tidy up. And he pushes forward as well, moving with a bit of speed. Green turns and looks to play a pass across, but no one's there. It's fired into no man's land, and Hilton's going to collect it. Hilton's going to get a 1-0 here, getting back quickly. Oh, brilliant. Danny Bell diving, swipes that away, and that's the loudest that Sheffield's been all game, as that's quite a remarkable play in WWE style. We're going to, someone sent over someone's back. Back check of the game so far from Danny Bell. Stevens still stepping forward. That's kicked off the leg pad of Matt Key. On towards Casley. Through the back again, someone goes, and that's going to be called. Or too many men, in fact, is the call. It's going to go against Uniov. So another penalty against Union. There's been an abundance of them, and Granger's going to sit this one. 4-2 men on the ice. Hallam's power play They have a goal, but they've also had an abundance of the extra man on the ice, and they've only converted one time. The stats don't read too pretty, especially when you consider they've also conceded 2 short-handed. Oh, Hammond's going to poach a nice one there, and he just doesn't release the shot in time. Doesn't have much power in it, and nice bit of hands work there from Wheeler. Then send this down, and Matt Key looks uncomfortable as he pushes that one aside. Fox nearly gets danced around there by Wheeler. Settled down, and Fox pushes forward. He's got Castley for assistance for lone Hallam goal scorer, but Fox from range. We said if he gets it on target, there's going to be a chance. And despite his power, he couldn't get it away from the chest of Jaden Davis. And a man who's had a relative quiet time makes another save. 12 minutes left in the game. Uniov just wanting to see this out as peaceful as they can, you'd think. Sheridan had a little tumble. Jacobs can't keep that over the blue line. Now just onside, walk forward. O'Shea, what a goal! Well, he's had a pretty pitiful time on the puck, but he walks it in, rips it from range, finds a corner. And that's probably the second or third real shot that Jaden Davis has faced all game. Like I said, he's had a quiet time of it. And when Hallam has lacked some real quality, nearly 50 minutes into this game, they're going to be asking where the hell has that been? Because they could do with a few more of them. And Uniov rattled as they then go offside. That goes all the way through bodies. The goal scorer O'Shea just backhands that down, and it losing an edge. And a dangerous opportunity goes away from Hallam as Walker's got to get back up to his feet. Solossi sends that back down the boards. Pops out towards Wilby, centre of his own zone. Freely towards Walker. Got to wait for his line mate to get onside again, though, before he sends that back in. And then a lack of urgency as Lupu, well, he braced for the hit and came off worse. Don't pick fights you can't win. Oh, that's a poor turnover. Wheeler! And it's saved by Key. Left all alone down low. Fires one straight into the chest of Key. Oh, nicely done there by Walters. Forces a mistake from Gemma Harling. And he quickly does an awkward shot, and he's down, injured. Tumbling into the boards. Looks uncomfortable. Davis making the save. He's up to his feet now. Well, Matt Key's time is done and dusted as in comes Pat Sakura Tanako. chance in front for Hallam as they scramble, but Uniov tied it up. Josh Quince plays that down the boards. He's going to get there first. You'd think icing should be waved off, but no, it's never been called. The linesman should have been asking for that. Green tries bulldozing his way through Medvic. That's just out of reach from Grangers. So with Quince. Halfway through this final period, leaving a lag out, and all you've done is clip your teammate instead. It's not the wisest of tactics from Hallam. Now Walters. Lovely toe drag through past Medvic. He's not got any assistance yet as it comes towards Van Aert. He collects it loosely, and that's off the post. And Day couldn't close that down, and now she'll get a bit of afters and quickly escape away from it. That can't be kept in at the blue line by Archie Spibby, and now Yeti Smith, the former Philippine international, trying to go on a Thai compatriot. Couldn't get a competent shot away in Venom. That's going to come all the way down towards Davis, and he'll have caught in to hold on to it. Is a bit unnecessary there from Kader Castley as he attempts to snow the goalie and nearly bulldoze over him. Some good moves there by Bell, just couldn't get a shot away. For a reverse into the boards though by the Uniov defenders, going to give him a little bit of space to work it down. That's played aggressively though, and Archie Spibby will settle this. Although, going to be at risk of icing here. Simpson's got to get moving. And while the Uniov player was there first, I have no idea why that's been waved off, but it might end up coming to help Uniov anyway. Smith just gets his road cut off. And we'll come back down, and Yeti Smith's going to have to collect this, but chasing is Paul Main with a good effort, and he's backhanded that to nobody. And Hammond doesn't do well either. And Stevens just walking it forward. Now putting on a bit of pace on the backhand pass. Sakura Tanako, and she holds on to it. And while the player down at the post for Uniov wants a penalty, no one's flinched at it. With 7:43 left in the game, Uniov just going to see this out without any troubles. Hallam surely just want a couple more for the road. Now it comes down towards Sakura Tanako. She pushes that one away down into the corner. Hallam looking to move the puck a bit quicker. That's passed towards Paul Main nicely. He shoots from range. Davis just jump on top of it, and Main's going to give him a bit of snow. And there's still Uniov just letting the Hallam players get these niggles on Davis, and no one's stepped up yet. Off the face-off, it was cleared out by Uniov. Hallam sent it back in with Matt Green, but had to get themselves back on side to curl out, and no one's there. It's just out of reach of Josh Walter, his stick out. Hallam just wanting something extra to take home. They've not been able to capitalise on special teams at all. Those two short-handed goals might just be coming back to bite them. The poor Major as well. But the biggest thing, that opening period conceding 5, it put the game to bed pretty quickly. Well, now here comes Nedved, and he pops one past Pat Sakaratanako. And it's now 7 on the board for Uniov. And we're saying they just want to see it out peacefully. And in what was a largely competitive game last year, the 3-year streak for Hallam, well, is getting put more than to bed. It's being hammered home with exclamation marks. Sheridan just offside, gets himself back in quickly as O'Shea with the absolute ripper gets across now towards Spibby. He'll wrist one in, but it's not a quality shot, but that's been spilt by Davies. And nearly punished by the oncoming Hallam forwards. Wheeler's lurking low out the zone, that deflects back though towards Casley. His shot misses the net. Spibby, he can't get a stick in. Now it's going to be cleared out on a 1-on-0. O'Shea's got to defend well. Reinforcements coming in as well for Wheeler. Poked away by Casley. Still there by Wheeler, and his shot just deflects off of Casley in the end. And slow to get moving is Sam Walker, the Bears D defenseman. Hallam pushing forward again. The centering pass doesn't connect. It'll be cleared out. Now parking on the blue line, there was Walker, but needs to be pushing a bit further. Oh, what a tip! And Walker's staticness on the blue line has cost Hallam. It's like he's waiting to get on side, but it's not coming. And now changing netminder for Uniov. In comes Joseph Fields. Ed Nendick getting credit for the tip. And they just shut off now, Hallam. Wow, 2 more to go since Sakura-Tanako's come in. When to settle that down was Connor Simpson, kept in there by Morazena. Tries going square to square with Woofenden. Comes back round toward Woofenden. He'll rim that back round towards the half ball, but Hilton intercepts it. And just moments away before the streak is broken for Hallam. Just minutes left and wanting a 9th, and that was nearly tipped in again. And Sakura-Tanako, she does get beaten. And Lupu gets himself on the score sheet as it's now 9. And a scoreline that's reading similar to women's varsity last year. They're returning the favour. Revenge from last week's women's defeat. No doubt about it now, 3.5 minutes left. This will have to be a viral comeback if Hallam were to pull it off. Down into the corner, can't be centred towards Lupu, the most recent goal scorer, and Union have had an abundance of them. One hand on the stick for Hammond, never settling that pass down. There's more bodies tumble over, and that's got to be 2 men, and 2 whistles go, and the easiest call of the night for the referees comes late in the game. And Hallam's, whose power play is been anything but successful, is going to get one last chance for some heroics. Collecting his own face-off win there briefly was Josh Walters. Turned straight off him, and a second 2-minute men call for Union, and out comes out towards Steed. He wants himself a chance at Sakura Tanako, who nearly went off balance and overcommitted and let that in, just got to stick to it. Wheeler coming in, one last one, good hand! Sakura Tanako denies him. Oh, it's gone in. Right, they've called it. Wheeler's going to get a freebie here, that's not gone in. We're going to see if this is called. That did not go in. It's waved off rightly, so that had never got in. And that's not a happy Union punch, but it definitely didn't. That definitely did not go in. Got 1 minute and 46 seconds left then in the game. Nendick will play that down the boards, aim towards Steed, picked up though by O'Shea. He outskates the puck actually, it'll be turned back down. Of Nendick. O'Shea can't recreate his heroics of earlier. It's 30 seconds left on the power play for Hallam. In what has been a lackluster performance. O'Shea, can he recreate it again? He just outskates the puck this time and barrels his way in towards one of the Union players. Nendick will turn and collect the loose puck down in the corner into the final minute then of Varsity 2's. And everything has just slowed right down to a near standstill, the pace. If I know what's coming, Sakura Tanaka will hold on to it. Another one deflects towards Sakaratanakel and bodies all pile on. Clock ticks down. The streak is over. Unioff win 2's. And in a dominant performance, gloves, helmets in the air, commiserations to Hallam. But a massive struggle for the former Polytechnic. And the performance looked rather like it. Unioff tied a mini ice hockey varsity up at 1 apiece. And all we have to do now is man of the match awards coming up in just a moment's time.